Alright, we're gonna go 115 back again, having just made our first story choice. The girls all read their poems out loud. They all seem to be very good. Except Sayori's, who got nit from Monica. Then, I walked home with Sayori. All the girls speculated about us flirting, very obviously. And then they asked me the golden question. If I could walk home with anybody, would I walk home with Sayori or Yuri? And honestly, I'm starting to feel like I can have a little slice of Sayori whenever I want, but Yuri's the toughest nut to crack. So I think I would like to go after Yuri personally, and that's what we're going to pursue. But now it's time for another Chris Army original. Let's see. Meager adventure I see in your hair. Sadness and horror. Sadness and horror. A whirlwind. Your sadness and horror, a whirlwind of prayer. Clouds alone defeat the emptiness. Oh. Rain clouds, no less. Rain clouds desire. Rain clouds desire depression. But hope in a dark sunset is loud summer romance. Okay. So that one was a little more geared to my girl Yuri, who seems to be having a problem expressing herself. And Natsuki too. Wait, who wrote the raccoon? It was Yuri. Yeah, Yuri. I thought I could, you know, I wrote that poem for her because I was thinking about her just to walk home. So. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked into... Were you practicing piano again? Yeah! You must have a lot of determination. Just starting this club and now picking up piano? Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember, the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you, and I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival, too. I can't wait for the festival. Great. Huh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a story all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? So Japanese. Squid. That's a pretty specific Japanese thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You, of all people? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean, you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica. That's not how you what? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Did they change the name to Monica? Your reactions aren't as funny as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Oh, excuse me? Where is Sayori anyway? Ah, there you are. Sayori is sitting at the desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I waved my hand in front of her face. Sayori, Sayori, you're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off after I rejected wanting to walk home with you anymore. I would leap at the chance to walk home with Yuri. I'm sorry for assuming things, though. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else. But the conversation has already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything weird about Sayori lately. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. Senpai Chris, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into this a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. She's staring at her own desk. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. What are you talking about, Monica? She's always the most bubbly. Maybe there's something on her mind, but I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Senpai Chris. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time, when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem to fix our friendship. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her, and I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? For a half hour a day, I'm your guys' senpai. Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? And by the way, I'm the senpai. It's in my name. She just seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with her person of interest. A person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Senpai Chris, obviously. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, it probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know, in the entire world. At all, even her own life. Oh? She's been so much happier since you joined the club, Senpai Chris. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. The light in the attic. Shel Silverstein. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it always has been. You're so funny, Senpai Chris, you dummy. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her so cheerful? Because that's just how she is when she's around you, specifically? I said too much, you dum-dum. It sounds like there's not a light upstairs on you. But, yeah, you know, what do I know? I didn't mean to be jumping to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it too much for now. You might hurt yourself. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my own head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks over to the room where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her, but she's keeping her voice quiet so I can't hear her from here. Maybe I should just go to the desk 2 desks down and pretend to be asleep. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else. But that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this, and clearly she said that for a reason. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for fucking Monica. God, girls are so weird and confusing. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. I wonder. Alright, you know what? Sayori's having a rough day. Clearly I'm more interested in Yuri, but I know Sayori the best. She's my friend, so let me go try to talk to her and cheer her up. She reads mine. This is the best one so far. It's really, really nice, Senpai Chris. Thanks. Sayori, you've been a little quiet today. Is everything alright? Of course. Everything is fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today. Do you want to take a nap or something? I mean, no, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see the smiles on your face. Well, alright. That's kind of specific. Hey, Senpai Chris. I'm still a little surprised. I really thought that you would try writing your poems like the way Yuri does. Or even Natsuki. But in the end, yeah. I guess you're the one that likes this one the most. Sayori says, why? And the music stopped. You don't want to get closer with everyone else? Wait. Of course I do. But that doesn't mean I need to try that doesn't mean I have to try hard to impress them. I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you have to sometimes put up with me, and I have to sometimes put up with you, but we have a wavelength or something. And this is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. What is this? I negged her, and now I'm back. So sometimes it's just easier to write when thinking about you. Sayori? No. Senpai Chris. I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden. If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. Sayori. I glance around the room to make sure nobody else has noticed what is going on with just so dramatic conversation. Sayori. I've probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up. Sayori shakes her head. She sniffles and keeps shaking her head. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on a smile. It's nothing, Senpai Chris. It's just a little rain cloud. That's what I wrote in my poem. I'm sorry you had to see that. I promise it won't happen again. Just smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Oh no, Sayori. Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom humming to herself. I've got a bad feeling about Sayori going home. I think I really fucked up by not saying I would walk home with Sayori. I think it crushed her. But what can I do? I'm an honest man. Sure, I did it for scumbag reasons, as I explained, but... Damn, Sayori. Alright, but now that she's not here to see me, let's go talk to my main girl, Yuri. Well done, Senpai Chris. You've definitely improved your writing over the course of these few days. Has my advice been helpful to you? Yeah, definitely. I'm glad. Sharing our writing like this, it's a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. I need to remember to thank Monica. I think we all felt a little awkward at first. But now it seems like everyone is enjoying their own writing and seeing what others think. I guess I can't really disagree with that statement, Yuri. Everyone is having fun. I was afraid the whole thing would be a chore. But it's really a great way for me to spend some personal time with all the girls in the club, I think to myself. But it's been from getting to know everyone in their writing. I guess doing some writing myself. Have you learned anything about yourself, Senpai Chris? Well, you know, I like to say that writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself. In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer. And even my opinions are just opinions, you know? As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. Well, that is comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Why me? Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. Is that so? Yuri thinks for a good minute. That must be terrible. For me to have to become someone else whose opinion is fearsome. How unlikable of me. Yuri, that's not what I meant. Come on. It's not as bad as you're making it sound. Don't be a Debbie Downer. Be a Betty Crocker. I just meant that I respect your opinion is all. I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to these sorts of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it. Overthinking? Being disliked. Yuri, oh, that's so sad. What am I saying? I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on. Okay. Do you want to share your poem now? Okay. Here. Did I even get to see Sayori's poem? I don't think I did. Damn. Alright, this one. Okay, no hidden message in the lines. The poem is called Beach. A marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of the earth chaotically meets the surface, under a clear blue sky, an expansive bliss, but beneath gray rolling clouds, an endless enigma. The easiest we get lost in is the one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet, but where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations and you give in until you give in? Or will a sudden wave send you chasing down the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same, yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish in the sand, the salty air is therapeutic, the breeze is gentle but powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foaming entrails. Turn back and I abandon my pace to a road at the shore, drift forward and I return to earth forevermore. This is a weird one. That one has layers. I'm always aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it. You say that like you didn't even want to write about it. Oh, haven't you heard? After yesterday, Natsuki and I, well, it was amusing that we wrote about something similar in such different ways. So Natsuki wanted us to write about the same topic as each other again. I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing styles, or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It could be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. That's a real thinker, Yuri. Thanks for sharing. Who should I show my poem to next? Oh boy, Natsuki or Monica. I guess we'll have to find out in the next part, because reading that was really difficult for me and it took a lot of energy. So, I'll be back in part 15.